Uh, hey everyone. I'm sure you guys have noticed some changes. Most of our subscribers are family and friends. I'm sure many of you are aware of the current situation that we're facing as not just a group of friends, but as a family. On January 20th of 2021, our good friend, father figure to many of us, uncle, friend, um, better known as Uncle David, but we here in the group lovingly called him Slim. Slim unfortunately passed away. I'll spare you details, although as far as we know, it is COVID related. Um, and as a group, we all talked about it, and we agreed that we want to keep the channel going. Um, there are going to be some changes, obviously. Henceforth, we are no longer Stingy Studios. Stingy Studios was with Slim with us, and so those videos will stay the same. They'll still be Stingy Studios, and when you see Stingy Studios, most likely Slim is in those videos. However, going forward, we will be known in honor of our friend. We will be known as Slim for the Win, or SFTW for short. We'll probably abbreviate that quite a bit. For me, Slim was my best friend. And I say that I don't have a best friend, and I don't. All of you guys, I consider you all brothers, sisters. Um, but Slim was there from, wow, since I can remember. He babysat me when I was a baby. He took care of me as I grew up. And he was always there for a long time, for 32 years. And it's been hard. And you're going to hear me break down quite a bit. But just know that I'm okay. This is just because it's hard to talk about. But, I'll be alright. It's just hard moving forward from 32 years of your life going forward. With that said, Slim was he was an animal. That fucking old man. He had a way of turning water to wine. That dude, during my darkest times where I didn't want to laugh, I didn't want to smile, that old man had a way of of bringing out the best in me, making me smile, making me laugh. And I don't cry because he's gone. I'm a spiritual person. I do believe that there's something more beyond this. Maybe it's not the typical what Christians and Catholics and normal religions believe, but I do believe that there's something beyond this mortal plane. And I know Slim is there. He's no longer got back pain, leg pain. Wherever he is, I know he's good. More for what I cry for and what makes me sad is just how much I'm gonna miss him. For me, he was more than just a friend. He was like a father to me. But we're strong. We're gonna carry on, and you're gonna hear us, especially me. You're gonna hear me break down and be sad. Um, but I'm all right. Again, it's just because it's not so much that he's gone. It's more so that I'm just gonna miss having him. But anyway, we've got most of the boys. Caesar, unfortunately, he couldn't be here. I'd feel remiss if I didn't mention this, but Caesar also lost his father, and for him, I know that's super duper hard because not only was he really close to Slim, he lost his fucking old man, and Frank's here, and Frank is lost Slim also because Frank has known him forever, and he also lost Caesar, and so it's like a fucking double whammy for these poor guys. And um, I I'm just happy that you guys have the strength. Thank you, Frank, for being here. I know it's not easy,
Hmm.
but anyway, enough from my fucking crying weenie ass. The way we're gonna do this is we're gonna open up the floor and we're just gonna tell some stories and just remember Slim the only way we can by fucking laughing and remembering the crazy shit that he did. Um, so does anybody? I've said my piece, but would anybody like to? Anybody like to
Yeah,
speak?
I'll go next.
All right, go for it, Frank.
Okay. So if anything, I'm not sure if podcasts may pick up on me sometimes. I'm prototype. I'm Frank. I've known Andy for years, since we were, I think, preteens. But as far as that goes, as long as I knew Andy, I knew of his loving uncle, Dave Marquez. You know, if anything, he was a stout man. You would never tell if you looked at him that he was in pain or whatnot, or maybe he suffered in some sort of way. But he was never indifferent towards you. He was very approachable. If you had to speak to him, he would give you undivided attention. He would always be the one in the room sitting down or just relaxing. He was a very laid back person. I could say, unfortunately, one of my greatest regrets, looking at this is, I never really had a chance to experience, the holiday of Halloween with, Andy and his uncle, because they always went all out. And they went as far as to go ahead and create masks, for each other, because they idolized, Tom Savini and other such makeup masters of horror. That was always their element. They were very much close, just like I'm close to my uncle. If anything, it's almost a parallel of sorts. Whereas my uncle was sci-fi, Andy and his uncle were, um, horror. And I've been there multiple occasions where, Andy would have sought out, some sort of reasoning or whatnot, some sort of clarification to his day. He did so, in the company of David, and it's difficult for probably the past few years. Uh, Slim was there. Slim was there as a mascot for the party chat. He was always there. Um, he was always the rambunctious one as far as that goes. He was always the team killer or whatnot. But really, that's what livened up the parties. It was not just an ordinary get on affair. Strictly the business. No, it was joyful times.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking back to my phone. I spoke with him on 14th. That was the last time I spoke with him. I texted him.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling him how to handle the situation, because he was starting to show, um, signs of the virus.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I laid it off. That was my last conversation with him. Flash forward to 20th. I was at lunchtime, and Andy gave me the news. He passed. I didn't know this was the one of three I was going to experience over the course of 30 days of three, deaths in my family. A few days later, fortunately, he passed on the 20th. 21st, I lost, my uncle, as well, and I knew him most of my life. He was my father figure. David was my uncle. Then I proceeded to lose my father figure, and then most recently, I lost, someone who was basically my grandmother, and it's all related to COVID. But it's just it's painful. I understand where he's coming from. It's painful,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like they were cut down. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I feel that when when David and my uncle left, they were at the top of their lives. They had everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
from what I was understanding, David was starting to get benefits. He was starting to get his pain taken care of for his back. He was in always chronic pain regarding that. And
Mm-hmm.
these people were good family people. You know, they taught you the meaning of forgiveness. They taught you to move on, things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. But just like that, you're talking to them, you're texting them one day, or you're chatting with them, and then you wake up, and then from that day forward, you have to wake up every day and know
Yeah.
that the only way they're with you is memory. That's all you have.
It's.
Kevin Marquez, Dave, Slim, Con Ra. the old man. That's what he was. He was the group's mascot,
Fucking
and
gone wrong.
and it's it's difficult coming back to it. It's difficult coming back to it because he was there. He was always there in the group. He was the mascot, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just don't know. I can't believe it. The mascot's gone.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, I'm with you. Love you like a brother, man. I know. My heart goes out to you because I know I'm hurting. If I'm
Yeah.
hurting, I know you're fucking really hurting, but you're a strong man, dude. You're a strong man. You're still here.
Mm. I stayed up. I stayed up here to give my piece. Probably gonna head on off after the podcast. I can't make it out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anything, I really wanted to be there for the services. Um, I need to reach out to the family. I've yet to do so, but I need to do so in a certain way. You know, when the time's right. But other
Yeah,
than that, it hurts me. It hurts me not so much for my nerves. The only way it hurts me is because I'm very empathetic and how much he meant to Andy. That's what hurts me the most. Because if anything, that was Andy's foundation, and we just have to move on from that. But it just hurts. It hurts you. You see you're one of your best friends, and he has his idol, and then he has to go through that notion. He has to wake up every day. You wake up. You get the drowsiness out of your eyes, and then it comes back to you. It hits you reality, and it's hard. It's quite hard, you know, and it's painful for me. I know it touched the group. I heard Josh over there, tearing up, and we were playing one of the old games that that Slim would play, and I didn't have a chance to play with the team because
mm-hmm.
fortunately, most of the time I'm out working. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's just different now. It's just I don't know how to say it. It's just like you have your mascot, you look up to him. You used to talk to him. He's a good man, but you know, times change, and here we are with other mascot, and it just hurts. Um, and that's pretty much what I could say about Dave Slim.
No, I appreciate it, man. I'm sure from somewhere he's listening and your words are resonating with him. But yeah, it's you hit it right on the head. It's just waking up to a different reality and coming to terms with your new reality. And like I said, I'll be all right. You don't got to worry about me. I'll be fine. Um, every day that goes forward gets easier, and it's been about a month, and it gets easier. But I mean, easier for this was like the worst possible thing that's ever happened to me, and so easier for the worst possible thing is still pretty fucking hard. With that said, um, thanks, Frank. Beautiful. Couldn't have said it better myself. Um, I don't want this to be the Andy show. So does
I'll
anybody
go.
else like to? All right, let's hear from Kevin. Go for it, man.
Hey guys, I don't know if you guys know me, but I've been with the group for a while, but I disappeared for a bit. But now I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, things like this brought me back, in which I regretted a lot. I, David, I knew him when I was small. He picked me
Mm-hmm.
up when I was small. I remember. I think I was in elementary, so I want to say like 7 years old, 7, 8,
Mm-hmm.
maybe something like that. He came into my love with with games. He's the one that showed me how to be an animal. Thanks to him, thanks to him,
Yeah.
I'm an animal. Thanks to him, I met you wonderful people. I now have a new family that I can fall back on. This wonderful family. Andy,
Mm-hmm.
Estella, all of them, all the Marcus family, great people,
Mm-hmm.
all of them, and really appreciate that. I just I just hope I had more time with him. I I regretted just disappearing for a while. It was very selfish of me, but I'm back and I'm here to play with you guys and to keep going. I'm
Mm,
just glad, where he is now. He's not in pain anymore, and I'm glad. While a little bit lasted, he enjoyed his retirement with the new TV, big TV he bought himself,
yeah.
and of course the new Xbox that his daughters gave them. So I'm really happy that
Mm,
those last days he was able to enjoy his life. You know,
yeah.
uh, unfortunately, the COVID happened, and just things happen, and we have nothing else but to move on. And
Mm,
uh, I still think that there's a whole nightmare, and I know it's not a nightmare because I've woken up plenty of times already, and I know it's not a nightmare. So
mm,
it's just reality at this point. I just I miss him a lot.
yeah,
I had
man.
more time with him.
No, and growing up, I know that old man. Excuse me. That old man loved you a lot, man. He loved you like he loved me, man, like a son.
Yeah. And that's how I saw
And
him as a father, as a very
yeah, man.
caring father.
The last year, I know you weren't here, but he remembered you, and we still talk a lot of shit about you. So don't you worry.
As long as I was here in memory, I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, you were. You were. But yeah, man. He loved you. He loved all you guys. But he had a special place in his heart for you because you were his stepson. He had a special place in his heart for Frank because Frank was, his nephew from another person. Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. You good? Anything else, man?
Mm. Oh man, just where he is, I hope he's playing No Man's Sky with the big ass TV and his Xbox.
Oh, dude, wherever he is No Man's Sky. He's running around as a fucking alien. I'm sure. If we
Yes.
we get to pick our heaven, I'm sure he is that pyramid head dude, and he's in a spaceship traveling from planet to planet, notating the weird fucking animals and plants he's finding.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm set. Thank you guys for hearing that.
Thank you for sharing. Um, anybody else? Anybody else want to speak their piece?
I'll go.
Go for it, Mike.
Um, Mine's gonna be short.
That's fine.
Um,
Just go for it.
you know, um, Listen to you, Andy, Frank, sing your piece about it. Just reminds me of how I felt about my dad when I lost him about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember that was gonna be easier. Uh, when Andy called me that morning, I just got off of work and I was half asleep, like 'cause I work nights and I got home and I was going to bed.
Mm.
And when I got the phone call from Andy, I apologize for the background noise. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No worries.
Um, um, I got that phone call and well, I remember that morning and the second I heard Andy's voice, I knew. And I remember what I told Andy. No, not Slim. Please, please don't tell me it was Slim.
Mm. I remember.
You know, and unfortunately, that's how shit goes sometimes. Shit, just but 2 months before that, I lost my aunt because of COVID, and it's been it's been a real rough year for all of us, especially this new year. Honestly, the best memories I have of them mostly were online, and how much of a excuse my language, but man, he was a fucking animal.
Yeah, there's no age restriction on this podcast, so yeah, no, absolutely. The best way to describe Slim online is he was a fucking animal.
Oh man, you just looked at him sideways wrong in the game, and he would just wail on you for the rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you either took it, rolled with it, or just got so frustrated you quit.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
in one session, it was all three.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, it was at the end of the night, and it was all good and fun. But no, he was a great person, and I do remember the first time I met him, face to face. It
Mm-hmm.
was that picture I sent on the group chat was
Halloween night?
that
Mm-hmm.
Halloween night.
Yeah.
That's when I first met you, Kevin. That's when I met
Mm-hmm.
Slim. That's when I met most of your cousins, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And shoot, man, you guys gave me a great impression because oh my gosh, those masks you guys made, it was just so amazing. It impressed me so damn much, and
It was
like
all
I said,
Slim.
I didn't know how good he was at that, man, and I'm just kind of surprised he never went that route because he's talent,
Mm-hmm. It maybe if he had more time, he could have done
maybe.
that in his retirement. But yeah, he was good, man. It was all him. I was just his loyal little helper. As far as the mask going, that was all him.
I'm just glad
And
we
what?
got one last Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One
yeah.
last Halloween. I mean, we didn't celebrate it as Halloween, but I mean,
What we did technically, we made a lot of content for that Halloween, and Slim was in
nice.
all of that content. So
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
we can fall back on all of that content. You know, all of all of that content now is our window to when Slim was still here,
Yep.
and I can't watch it right now, but maybe in the future I'll be able to watch it. Well, not maybe. I will definitely be able to watch it in the future and remember that stuff. You know, thankfully that stuff won't have to go to. I won't have to rely on my memory because our memories fail. Um, but we won't have to rely on memory for that stuff because it's there. It's on video. The Slim, when we were doing After Dark. Yeah, all right, it's time for the Slim. What
Oh,
did you ask me?
my
Yeah,
favorite videos
what'd you
were
ask me?
Oh boy.
no, my favorite videos were
Best running gag.
the basically the title of this chat slim for the win, where if you
Oh
watch
yeah,
Slim, you had to go to the back.
yeah. GTA Slim wins, which was
Slim prevails.
that was just an idea that we stole from Achievement Hunter, which me and Caesar are huge fans of, and Goody as well. I know he knows of them.
Yeah.
They did a series of videos where Lindsay, one of their characters, one of their recurring people in their videos, she never wins races in GTA, and we realized that Slim also not only much like Lindsay, not only did he never finished races, but he never won. He never even finished. He always DNF'd. And so we were like, we're doing that. And holy shit. You give that man a little bit of power and he becomes a fucking animal.
Oh, that first race.
Yeah, he'll abuse that power.
Oh,
I still
dude.
wish I gave you that part. From my point of view, where like we went
Mhm.
up a ramp, Slim bailed, and then I slammed into him, and I was like, "Oh, you!" I had to
Yeah.
wait. I was seconds.
Yep, that was Slim. That was
Mm.
Slim.
I don't think he even did it on purpose. That specific one on purpose either. He
I don't
was
think it was,
honestly
no. I don't think so. What it sounds like to me is just his incredible ability to be completely inept at driving in Grand Theft Auto. He had a license and he could not control any vehicle in Grand Theft Auto to save his life. But my lord, did we have a blast making that video. He was so happy that not only did he win, but he had so much power over us. Thank you, Mike. Your words, beautiful.
In that last video too, that the deleted stuff.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh his. Why'd you shoot me? Well, you were with an animal.
Yeah, oh, that was Grand Theft Auto as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You were in a. He got into your car. And you were gonna take it for a ride, and it blew you up. Not because of you, but because Slim was riding with you. And previously, he had blown my brains out, and I was angry at him.
Oh, and one last thing, we would play Friday the 13th. My God, was he unstoppable?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
became Jason. He
Mm-hmm.
scared me.
Him and Caesar, my lord, they were unholy good at that game.
Shoot, it'd be like 2 minutes into the game and like half of us would be dead already.
Yeah.
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 And
All right.
just gotta say, last thing, Slim, wherever you are, hope to see you someday. Hopefully not soon, but someday, and can be animals up there, in No Man's Sky as Jason.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, Jason.
Here's a Jason just running on a ship.
Jason
That's the
shaped like
best
Freddy.
point.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you.
And
Let's see. Unless Lewis wants to go next, I can go now.
It's
Yeah,
up
go
to you,
for it, man.
I'll go whatever time, man.
All right.
Go for it, Peter.
So I am, well, obviously I'm Kikiyoshi64, better known as Arturo, Arturo, Emilio, and all that. And I related to Slim as, well, Andy's my cousin, and Slim was my uncle.
Yeah,
And
you're one of
I knew
his
him,
many nephews.
right. I knew him for most of my life. Like,
Mhm.
whenever I went over to my grandma's house, and also Andy's house sometimes, he was a constant presence. While
Mhm.
he was the eldest of us, he was also, quote, one of the kids to most of the other
Definitely.
people, and would be playing video games with me and the rest of the family who was also into video games.
Mm-hmm.
As we've established, he was quite the troll and would frequently mess with
Mm-hmm.
us and the rest, and like have like team killing and whatnot. But at the same time, well, we still loved him. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was having a blast. And while he wasn't the best at most of the games, we would still give it a go no matter what it was.
Mm-hmm.
He got me into a few games that I never have thought I'd be into, like Dead by Daylight, Call of Duty, and the like. Halloween was also amazing. Like everyone's pretty much had. He would make Halloween special because, as everyone said, he's had masks and he would terrify every trick or treater that would approach, but at the same time wouldn't do it in a mean or horrible way. I got to experience that like once, and it was great. I didn't get the memo of the scary costume, so I went dressed as Mario, but otherwise it was a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end of his lifespan, he got a lot of aches and pains, and while he was a trooper through most of that, I could tell he was feeling it. The very last time I talked to him was when he first went to the hospital due to his diagnosis. On January 13th, I texted him and tried to reassure him that he was going to be fine due to the fact that my great-grandmother on my mom's side also got it, but somehow got through it, and she was like twice his age. His response was, "Thank you, Emilio. I can't wait to play with you all again." A couple of days later, I checked on him again and asked him if he was feeling better. He said, "A little." I took it as fact then and there that he'd be fine too, and he was going to be okay. Of course, that wasn't the case, and I still can't believe those were the last words he said to me. Just a little. The day I found out, after Andy told me, me and Mom felt the sadness, despite the fact she wasn't related by blood to him. And
it it's really going to be hard to continue forward, but we have to. And it's going to be even harder to think of games such as No Man's Sky or Subnautica or any of those that he loved without thinking of him. So, I still like, I still even think to myself like, oh, this looks great. He's gonna love. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's gonna be really hard, and yeah, that's it's fine.
No, that was
Yeah,
that's beautiful, dude. That was
I had to
that's
type it up. That's why I was silent through most of this.
no man. Do what you have to. I mean, the fact that you typed it up, you did great. It didn't sound like you had typed it up at all. That was beautiful. And Slim loved you, man. We and just because Slim's gone, that doesn't mean that we're anything changes. We got to keep it going. Um,
Of course.
That's it. Every Christmas we still gotta play games. Remember?
every
We gotta.
Christmas, we
Who
would
takes
go
the
to
TV?
Grandma's
Who takes the
house.
console?
Oh God,
Exactly.
that'd be amazing. Well,
And we're
not
still we're
probably not
we're still
next
doing
year,
that.
but like
No, probably not this year. But once all of
Yeah.
this stuff is finally over,
Yeah.
um, we'll do it again, and we'll have those get-togethers that we used to have. And it'll suck because Slim won't be here, but we got to keep doing them because we're still here, and that's what he would want.
absolutely.
Thank you, Duty. That was
Thank
perfect,
you.
man.
Right. And
Uh,
yeah.
anybody else who wants to shoot a shot?
Oh,
Go for it, Lewis.
um, well, I've known Andy for more than 10 years now. Me, Satchmo, and him met at college, and I didn't really meet Slim until about, I want to say, a year after we met.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first met him, I was just like, "Oh my God, who's this bear of a man, dude? I don't, I don't want to be anywhere near him. He might fucking just choke me up for saying the wrong thing." But the moment he's like, "Oh, you're one of Andy's friends," he started jabbing me. I was just like, "Okay,
That's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
this is just what's gonna happen, right?"
Those half thumbs of steels that old man did.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know
those
Mm-hmm.
hands were
I don't know
hurt.
how he got him into doing them so strong, but those things were strong.
He did
Mm-hmm.
like push-ups on him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kill him.
that was my like first initial meeting with him is essentially getting a jab from him. He's like, you're one of Andy's friends, all right? I'm gonna poke you then." And
Mm-hmm.
from there, it's just been like, oh, okay, you know what? This guy's gonna be cool. He's not gonna fucking destroy me just because there's something else or something bad, and have to really be fearful of just chilling with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's been a good person to just talk to, especially whenever I was having issues with um, just being happy or fun. He's just a positive person that was there. Um, yeah, and you're right. He just made everything just good and fun because he's like, you know what? You guys are starting to get mad. I'm gonna start shooting you. And but you didn't even see him or hear him do it. He would just do it out of nothing, and he'd be like, "I'm sorry, I didn't do that." And I'm like, "Right," and then
Mm-hmm.
shoot me in the back of the head again.
Mm-hmm.
So Slim always had a fun time, and I was happy that I was allowed to actually start joining you guys for Halloween, making the mask. I actually got to see him make the clay, how he formed things, and dude, it was fun. It fun making the mask, making the costumes, just the clothes that go with the costume, thinking out how you wanted to do anything, and I really want to try to start helping out and in the future just be able to hang out with you guys and we can all just carry on that legacy with you. Andy, just that way it's not just a you thing anymore because it's going to be pretty heavy burden and we want to I personally want to be there to just carry on that type of legacy because Halloween's always been my favorite holiday just because of the spooks and things and when I met you guys and Salim I was like these are my people. These are
Yeah.
my tribe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've I'm just glad that I was able to meet him and wherever he is now and he's able to just be watching over us and be like, hey, you know what? Remember, I'm still here because now I have his mask and I have one of his masks that I bought from him, and it's like a badge of honor, you know.
Mhm.
I'm glad that we'll be able to just keep moving on and keeping his thoughts alive with what we're doing from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we definitely will, man. Before it was me, Slim, Sarah, and Star. We would kind of do our thing, and now that he's gone, it's kind of like we can't. We have to keep doing Halloween big. We have to keep doing Halloween justice because we are. I mean, believe it or not, we're the children of Slim, man, and I'm including Star and Sarah in that. Because when the time comes, I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna go, hey, we're planning Halloween. You guys get your asses over here. I know whether I don't know if you got they probably won't wear masks. They stop wearing masks, but we can use their opinion because just like us, they're part of Slim, and um, they have Slim's blood coursing through their veins. So of course I'm going to take their opinion. Um, but yeah, have Star, Sarah, and all of us who want to wear a mask. You have one of Slim's masks. I know Kevin has one of Slim's masks. I know Irma has one of
Yep.
Slim's masks. And then
Hmm.
all the rest of them, I have them. We got what we need here. So, if we can't afford that many masks, we can, hey, okay, who wants to be this guy? Who wants to be this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And make new masks. But also, Slim sometimes bought masks, and that's something that I also want to do because there are a few that me and him were looking at over the past couple of years. And I always said, I'm going to buy that one. He's like, you should. Dope. And last year, we are like, well, I have the money, but I'm not going to buy it because we're not celebrating Halloween. He's like, yeah, it sucks. And this year, it's probably going to be the same. We're not going to be celebrating Halloween. But if we do, or next year, um, go big, man. I'm probably going to buy that mask that I was looking at. If it's still available. If not, I'm going to find a new one that'll do some justice. And I'm going to call on you guys to fill in with me because I can't do it on my own. So, um,
Trying to I'll figure something out.
Definitely. I don't know why people have this innate terror of clowns or whatnot, but you know I'll be there.
hell yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Thank you. I know Slim. You know, he had a lot of love for you. He had a lot of respect for you. You were he was comfortable with you. If he was stabbing you with his thumb, he thought of you as more than just a friend. He's like, oh, this guy. I know he won't punch me in the spine because I'll break. So I'm gonna poke him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for that, man. That was beautiful. We got two peeps who haven't spoken up. You guys don't have to if you don't want to, but if you'd like to, I'd like to. We'd all like to hear what you got.
If Satchmo doesn't want to go, we can go.
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh,
Go for it.
well, you know me, I'm pumpkin. I'm not. I'm not the oldest here. I'm more the new guys that are in the group. I'm really appreciated to be accepted. Um, I didn't get to know Slim in person, sadly, but I do have a lot of memories of playing with him. I do get the picture of how the word animal translates to him.
Yeah.
Because there was moments I would be like, okay, let's do this. We're gonna do this the right way, and then he would be quiet. Not even 2 seconds into whatever we're doing, we are all dead.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the enemy.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And the thing is, I'm a hardcore person of going all out on games. But when Slim would kill me, I wouldn't be mad. Anyone else would kill me, I'd be pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pissed. when I just started playing. But Slim would come in and be like, "Ah, man, he got me again. Oh well." I don't know why it wouldn't make me mad, but it wouldn't. And I remember that day when Andy told us all that he passed. I was at work. I had just started my new job. I was like 4 days in, and I got a text saying that we had to carry his torch and we had to push together. And obviously, it hit me because I was finally getting to know everyone, and I was actually planning on going to where they live because I'm not saying where they live. I'm traveling
Tucson.
further to Tucson. Um, but I'm the only one that lives apart, and I was planning on visiting, but
Mhm.
I was like, man, I wish I would have done it before. I didn't get the opportunity to know him in person, but I think the fact that I got to know him through video games, through you guys,
Mhm.
is more than enough for me. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for accepting me. I appreciate the old man for showing me a different way of playing video games. And let's live for the win.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, and I mean to be team killed by that old man, that was a badge of honor.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think of ending it like that.
Yeah, I could get team killed by that old man. That meant that he was comfortable with you, and he knew you wouldn't get too pissed off if you did it. Meant he was
Yeah.
comfortable with you, and you didn't get to meet him in person, but you got to meet him. You got to be here with
It's actually
him.
him.
Yeah, and that's him. That's him, man. You don't have to meet him in person because we always had our most fun times, some of our best times playing video games, and you were a part of that, man. So
Yeah, and if it wasn't team killing you, stabbing yourself.
Yeah.
yeah, and as far as like what he looks like and stuff, when we do finally get to see you in person and kick your nuts, while I'm doing that, I'll show you a picture of Slim. That way you know what he looks like.
If I'm conscious enough, I'll see.
Yeah,
Christ.
but no, man, we're happy to have you, dude. And thank you
Welcome.
for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this little group we have, and um, rest assured that we give you a lot of shit, but we are very very happy to have you, man.
Man, I'm happy to be here.
You're the newest part of the group, but it feels like you've been a fixture here for forever.
And that's how I feel, dude. I feel like I know you guys ever since a long time, but I think about it, I'm like, man, it's barely been over a year since I got
Yeah.
an Xbox. And
You
that's
were
when I started playing with you guys.
Mhm.
joined. You were here long enough. You were baptized by Slim. Welcome to the group.
Yeah, exactly. You made it through initiation, dude. You're in.
Oh, man.
Thank you for that, man. It means a lot. And that old man, uh, again, I know that he respected you. If he was comfortable enough to kill you, you're in. You're in, man. And
Means a lot.
so it's Satchel. And I know for a long time there, not to throw shade at anybody, because life. For a while there, it was when it came to games, there were three people. It was me, Slim, and Satchel. The old man loved you like he loves a bunion on his foot, but goddamn did he love you, Satchel. Go for it.
Uh, nah, I wasn't trying to be last, but it's hard because it's a big part,
Yeah.
And as I met you, the day you invited me over to your house when we were raging alcoholics, which was a very fun and baptizing night to meet all your parents while taking Jaeger shots from one after another. I'm glad I got to meet them. Got some fun times. We got to celebrate Halloween's. That's how I found out about the whole fucking finger stabbing. They had fucking thumbs of iron. I know, I know I was gone from time to time. That's because of work, and I had that ambitions to get that, sexy Ryu body. And and the old man stopped stabbing me with his thumb because I was eventually made out of rocks. And yeah, we made that pact. Those long nights, the group kind of just died out. They had their things to do. I got closer to Slim. I love that old man so much that eventually that old fucking geezer became my nemesis for everything. I'll still say it to this day, and I hope you're listening, you old shitbag. I still hate you. So,
Come on.
but
No, that was the relationship.
he was great, man. He was everything. Like Andy said, darkest times. Me, Andy, old man. I forgot what the fuck was going on. We just had a blast. Yeah, he was team killing, unreliable in a lot of situations. But my lord, was that fucking funny though.
Yeah.
He was a massive heavy backpack, but let me tell you, that backpack had lots of funny in it.
Yeah, it's a backpack full of wonderful jokes.
Yeah. So,
Back.
in person, we got to do a little Let's Plays. We gave him shit, but it was funny shit. I mean, we didn't get to finish Resident Evil. It's amazing how it ended, but it's hard to continue without him, but we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, we'll make Star or Sarah play it. We'll record them.
But we loved him so much. We helped him get an Xbox. We helped him out whatever we could. He was there, man. He filled up a void I had for the longest time, and now that he's gone, it feels like it's just it's hard to explain, but I enjoyed every second of it. And I'm not gonna lie, when you called me, we go back, me and you back, so I thought you were just full of shit and playing around with me, I was like, it's one of those days, huh?
Yeah, I remember. I think your initial reaction is "Don't fuck with me." I think that was literally the first thing you said. You were just like, "Oh, shut the fuck up."
Something like that. I had just gotten off of work, man, so that I wasn't able to answer you. That's why, and I was like, nah, come on, man, fuck with me. And then the tone changed, and I was like, oh shit. I don't know how to take you, I'm not gonna lie, I sat down, thought about it, took a couple of days to sink in. Actually sat down and watched all of our fucking videos. It was hard to do, but all we have,
Yeah.
Thankfully, everybody came together. I met all you guys. You guys are here. But,
Yeah.
like I promised the old man, I'm sure he can hear me. Kevin's gonna take your place now.
Yeah. New arch nemesis, beer muscles.
I'm glad you take that position.
Yep.
I look forward to you guys giving each other so much shit.
That fucking beer shit muscles. I mean, I'm sure the old man's laughing right now. He's like, oh fuck yeah.
I hope so.
But
I was gone for a while, but now I'm back.
no, you were gone for quite a while, so let me tell you, there's a lot of rage in there.
Yeah, man.
I was like, you're there, and unfortunately, I can't say I still hate that old man, and I'm gonna have to come up with something, but I'm gonna start hating you.
Out of love, to be fair.
Yeah.
Let me preface that. Those two, they'd get into arguing matches, and I would just sit there and laugh at the shit they would talk back and forth. Because they're just shit talking each other back and forth. I'm just sitting there like, good one, Slim. And then Josh hits him back, and I'm like, good one, Josh. Or sometimes, there were times where we'd fucking double team them. We just to fuck with them, just to piss them off. Josh would say something, and then Slim would be like, what did you have it? And I'd be like, what the fuck did he say? Shut the fuck up, asshole. What did he call us? He used to call us, no, it wasn't Laurel and Hardy. He called us something. Heckle and Jekyll, I think?
Something like that.
I don't remember. But he had a name for when me and Satchmo would double team him. He'd be like, you fucking pricks.
That's more to the point, though.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to him while he was in the hospital, because of work and all that shit, but last time we did speak, we had those magnificent little arguments, and henceforward I had to fucking accept the new name he gave me.
Yeah.
which is fucking Pecker, you know. So now,
Pecker?
so yeah,
he lovingly called. He's like, "Where the fuck is that pecker?" And I lost my shit, dude. He's like, "Yeah, from now on, Josh is a pecker." And oh my god, the way he said it, I just lost my shit. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Josh said something. I'm like, what'd you say, pecker? And he's like, don't you fucking start, asshole. Yeah, that was Slim's little nickname for him. And, oh my god, it made me laugh so hard. The confidence with which he said it, you fucking pecker.
so man, that's like I said. It's a wonderful theme, but sadly, the last conversation I had with him, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me no more because that's the last thing he left me, you know. Unfortunately, I gotta live with it, but it's there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a perfect encapsulation of your guys' relationship. You know, you guys loved each other, and he was your nemesis. He looked forward to talking shit to you, and I know you looked forward to talking shit to him. And at the end of the day, you guys would laugh about it, and we play video games together. And there was no hatred there. It was just guys were just nemesises, and you accepted it. You guys were like Bugs Bunny and fucking Elmer Fudd.
So I mean, it was wonderful, dude. I loved it all. So, if you're ready, Kevin.
Yeah, because it's coming. Yeah, and we're happy to have Kevin back.
Love all you guys, and yeah, welcome back, Kevin. It's good to have you back.
Thanks.
And like I said, once you go see you guys in person, you know, give you guys my gratitude and tell you guys everything. So, yeah, I'm gonna miss that old man. He decided to go hang out with Anubis now.
Fuck yeah.
That's the way to put it.
The Anubis was like, "Hey, bro, you gonna go back to him?" I'm like, "Fuck no, dude. He's got years to go."
Come on, me.
Yeah, he's there, and I'm sure he's listening to this right now. He also, he gave me a controller. That's all I have of him, really, besides the memories. But I'm gonna cherish that controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that old man, even though he's gone. So
Yeah, we all do.
good times, and it's like he knew it. Even being around, like we're missing someone. Fuck, does that wrinkle a little back?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
So we'd start inviting him. He'd hop on, and then we'd start playing Revenant from the Ashes, and we had to wait 20 minutes for him to get out of fucking Division 2 or No Man's Sky
Oh, it's
or
No Man's Sky.
State of Decay. Yeah. And we keep inviting him, and he keeps blowing us off. Oh, I gotta find a save point. We're all waiting for his ass.
Exactly. We're gonna land on my planet to save. Is that save automatically? Yeah. Then what the fuck are you waiting for then?
He doesn't want to save in the vacuum of space.
Yeah. No, and it was true. He didn't want to save in the vacuum of space. He would specifically try to get to a planet or something because he didn't want to save out in space because he figured that it would crash his console because it happened like I think a couple times. And to be fair, he wasn't wrong, but it took forever.
Because it's funny, you get to that planet, and like, you're at the planet. Oh yeah, I started building this.
Yeah, I'm working on a base. Hold on.
Yeah, he would forget what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, thank you again. You know, both family, friends, people you do watch this channel. If you want to see how really that deep connection me and have, watch Remnants from the Ashes in our channel.
Oh yeah, watch that Let's Play.
Right there.
Yeah, that's a perfect encapsulation of what it's like when me, Satchmo, and Slim were playing during those nights. That's the perfect encapsulation. It was a mess, but my lord, did we have so much fucking fun. But no, like, what should have taken an hour to progress took triple that because you had the old man shooting you. You had the old man healing instead of healing you. You had the old man shooting you again. We're fighting a boss, and the old man is standing outside, refusing to come in and fight the boss with us. He finally comes in and gets insta-killed by the boss.
Yeah.
And
The third time.
And listen to feedback, going back and forth between all three of us, and you'll understand
Mhm.
how well of a really good relationship I have with that old man.
Yeah.
That's just to start off the example. I say that video because it's just endless content of funny and everything.
Yeah.
So, but
That's a perfect video for that encapsulates what it was like during those times for me, you, and Slim. It's a lot of fun, and that video was on a random night too. That was one of those random videos that we just kind of started filming. I was just like, let's film it, and I think you were like, why don't we film it? And I was like, yeah, okay. And that's what we got out of it, and it was hilarious.
yeah. So, talents, man. Those 3-player games that we spent good money on were worth it with him.
Yeah, and on the upside, there was a lot of games that we didn't make it through, but we made it through Remnant from the Ashes. We beat it. Me, you, and that old man, we did it.
And that was the last 3-player game we played. Hunt.
On Showdown. He got us killed at one time, but if I'm not mistaken, we won the first game, and then we tempted fate. We did it the second one. We got our asses kicked.
Yeah, but remember that one time we were playing, and then I don't know how I died, and then you showed up. You got exploded with a grenade. The old man was off in the wilderness himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I saw you guys die. Are you gonna help us? I didn't have any ammo. You go to his screen, he's full of ammo.
Yeah. He's just nowhere near us.
Yeah,
alright.
I remember when we were playing the Division, right? One of my favorite things is whenever we play the Division, Slim was in there, he'd like to use that chemical gun. And every now and then, you just hear him like, woo! And you look, and he's down, and there's just a cloud of purple around him. And it's like, I'm just lose my shit. I was like, you shot yourself, huh? Yeah.
One of my best memories are playing the Division with Slim, dude.
Yeah,
that
was fun.
I love everything about him, especially when you're about to start a game. And he's like, alright, don't be animals. Let's get this game going right. What does he do? Turn around and shoots the Satchmo.
Yes,
alright.
he goes like, okay, friendly fire's on, no killing. The first select, spawn in, immediately dead.
And I was like, what the fuck
It's like you were tempting him.
I was like, what the fuck happened? It was fucking Slim. I saw you look at me. No, I kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
It got to the point where Andy wouldn't even say like, "Oh, I'm turning on team killing" or anything. He would shoot people just to test it.
Yeah, no. When we started the Call of Duty games, we would do like our bot matches. I wouldn't even say anything. I would just turn on friendly fire. I wouldn't say shit, and that old man always figured it out. But to be fair, there were a couple of times. There were a couple of times that we'd start playing and we're shooting stuff, and he wouldn't know, and I'd walk up behind him and I'd shotgun him. And once I did that, it was like you open Pandora's box. I'd shoot him, and he'd respawn, and he'd be so angry he would just shoot the first person he saw. It didn't even have to be me. He'd respawn. Yeah.
Let's call it that. That's how a lot of our arguments started, me and Slim.
Yeah.
But that was wonderful. I'll never forget him.
No, for sure we won't. We have a library of Stingy Studios content that most of it includes Slim. With that said, we are moving forward. We are Slim for the win.
Also, our epic adventure to Spirit. Remember?
Yeah, that was fun. When we went to Spirit, we went walking.
Yeah.
It was me, you.
Oh, that.
And Lewis was there.
Lewis, Sarah, Star, and I think Adam and Amy.
Wasn't Caesar there too?
Caesar was there, I think. Yeah.
We all went.
Yeah, 'cause
we all
he-
walked
he's
from
like-
Slim's to Bassett to Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. Which reminds me. So, well, let me take a quick moment though. So Caesar isn't here. Obviously, his father passed away, and so he's got a lot of stuff on his plate, and so he wanted to be here. He was going to be here, but some stuff came up, and so he isn't here right now. So I'm going to leave a space here. This is me talking, just making a space so that if I do get a recording of Caesar talking about Slim, I'll insert it here.
This isn't easy. This actually really isn't easy. I was late to this, so we buried Slim today. and is a lot of thinking and remembering things, and just, before I talked to him or said anything to him, he was just this weird old guy who hung out in the corner. And he would always dress up for Halloween, and I'd see Andy and them dress up. I remember, I want to be a part of that. I can't wait to be a part of that. And as time went on, I grew up, and I hung out with the guys a little more. It was cool, it was great, but I never took into account how much Slim would become a big part of my life. I remember the first time I dressed up. I'm skipping. I'm gonna ramble a lot, so I'm gonna skip to the first time I dressed up for Halloween as Jason. We got everything ready. I put the costume on. Slim pat me down, looked at me, he smiled, and he laughed, and he's like, "You're one of us now. You did it. You made it." And he looked at me so happy and proud, maybe because it was his mask that I was wearing, but he was definitely happy to have us, the group, dressed in their Halloween outfits. And that's what just kept playing back in my head, was David Slim looking at me, smiling and happy. I remember all these fun times we had, and I felt like it wasn't a lot of time. I feel like there would be more time. But those few couple of those hours we would spend together, just talking and having fun, taking jabs at each other, the chaos that we would bring together. And just the amazing moments we'd share, the laughs we would share. Never really thought it'd be so soon. I think about him. I think about his face and his laugh. His giggle when he'd randomly break out in cramps. We'd all laugh. So one of my favorite memories is one I've told before is when I had gotten a cramp in my leg, and I was like, "Oh no!" The asshole laughed at me. But like 2 seconds after he laughed, he all I heard was, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" So, "I have a cramp too." And we were both laughing at each other while cramping at the same time. Fuck. When I had a hard time in school. I suffered I wasn't mentally okay going through school. I was starving myself. I was having a lot of anxiety, went through some depression. And I remember those late nights, it was just me and Slim, or I'd call him or text him. She'd always talk to me back and always be like, "Hey dude, just, it'll be okay, you'll be fine, you can get over it." He helped me get through school. He helped me settle my mind. And when I graduated, the first person I texted was not my mom. not my dad, which probably should have been, but was Slim. I texted Slim. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the late night talks. Thank you for helping me figure out things and getting me through school. I appreciate it. No problem, man. Love you. For what felt like a short amount of time, that old man was an amazing, fun person who was very, very caring, even though some people might not think so, those outside, but he cared. He loved everybody. He loved all of us. He cared about all of us. And I know he said he didn't want this. He didn't want us to be sad. But he was too important. He was such a big part of a lot of people's lives, and everyone who knew him loved him. He was just so important, and he helped a lot. I know I would have struggled a lot more without him. And I wanted to say more, but I can't. It's hard for me to think of things. Because I also remember going to Arturo's, his brother's funeral, sitting down next to him, and him looking at me. I looked at him and I said, I don't know what to tell you, and I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I don't have words for this. He just looked at me. He said, you came. That's all that matters. He gave me a hug. We laughed. We smiled. We shared many laughs. Many of times we're just staying up late and doing that crazy old man in his No Man's Sky. Fuck, when everyone was getting ready to hop off, and for some odd reason I felt like staying on, that old man was always up past 3. I'd hop back into Rainbow Six, he'd hop into No Man's Sky. Or State of Decay. And he'd always be like, hey, C's, I need you. I need you to hold on to this so I can make a new character. I need to move. It's always like, I was always wondering why this old crazy old man was just going off, starting new worlds. He was always starting new things. I was his little carrier. We always hold on to his things until he got his new thing up and running, and he'd give them back to him. I was talking to him. His laugh. I hope you don't mind me saying this. But, when my dad had passed away, Slim was very much the first person I wanted to run to. I texted him. I texted his number. And, there was no old man to answer me back. And, I even texted that old man. One day, before he had passed, he said, we'll hang out soon, don't worry. But once, I keep going all over the place, but once Slim had passed, I picked up my phone. Granted, it was later in the day. Once I had collected myself a little more, I picked up that phone and just texted him. One day we'll all get together again, and we'll hang out. We'll tell all of our stories of our adventures and reminisce on what we did, what we've done. I don't I don't have a lot to say. There's just too much to say, and I don't want to take up too much time. But Slim, I love you. I love you so much, Slim. You're basically a second father to me, so I love you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you've done and said to me and helped me with. I love you, Slim. I love you, Slim. See you. See you when we can. Love you, David.